This is the third lecture of chapter 3. In the last lecture, we studied about histogram and Pareto analysis. Now, in this lecture, we'll study about the fourth tool of basic 7 tools, that is flowchart and scattered diagram. Now, we'll start with the flowchart. So, flowchart is nothing but a graphical picture of a process. So, what we have to do in this is we have to draw a picture or flowchart like this. And before drawing flowchart, we should assign some symbols or signs to all the activities. For example, if there is a process, then square can be taken, square symbol can be taken, and if there is a need of decision, then there we can use diamond shape symbol, and if there is a flow in the process, then we can use arrow and arrow mark, and then that will indicate that there is a flow of process. So likewise symbols we should use in flowcharts, and then by using this symbol we should make a flowchart. So in this flowcharts tool, it is important that you should define symbols before beginning, and you should stay consistent with the symbol which you have defined, and then check that process is accurate. Okay, now the same example which we have seen in the last two lectures, Acme Pizza Store example, is taken for consideration here. So in this, first is window where in bracket start is given. So customer gives order there, so that's a process, that is why they have used a symbol of rectangle there, and then from there a customer goes to pay the bill, money is given in that rectangle, and in between there is an arrow, that means it is flowing, that's a flow of process. So same way again, after paying the money, the manager, he will pass the order in the kitchen, and likewise after getting the token, kitchen person will prepare pizza, and then they will give it to the delivery counter. So this is a usual flow in the pizza store. Now, how can we use the flow chart to analyze improvement ideas from the histogram? Now again the same example is given. So in this they have given the process or flow of order from taking order to giving the delivery to the customer. So in this, what we can do is we can skip some process where after paying the money, the order is taken by one employee, and then he will go to the kitchen, and then the kitchen fellow will see whether it is available, then he will cook, and then he will give the delivery to the customer. So this process we can skip, and we can reduce the time of delivery to the customer, because after paying money, if we ask customer to sit for hour and 1 hour, then he may get frustrated. So here we have to see that how the time can be saved, and how the delivery can be made to the customer in time or before time. So if we make a flow chart of the process like this, then from here we may come to know where exactly the time is, which process is taking more time, and how we can skip the intermediate process and directly go to the. So here what we can do is, after taking customer order and after the customer pays money, directly we can pass it to the kitchen, and if the two pies are available there, and immediately kitchen fellow can give it back to the delivery counter, and the order can be served in time. So in this way we can save the time. If you want more practice, then you can make a flow chart of cooking dinner, driving a car, having a party, like that. So cooking dinner means, now for example, you want to cook today, then okay, that is not here to be discussed. So you can make a flow chart of cooking dinner, driving car, having party, or any of the example or any of the day-to-day life example you can take for the consideration and draw a flow chart of it. Now let us study about the next basic tool. So till now we have studied, the first one was fishbone diagram, second histogram, third Pareto analysis, then fourth flow chart, and now this is the fifth basic tool of quality. Now this is a scatter plots. So in scatter plots, what we use is it's a two-dimensional x by y plots. So it used to show relationship between independent and dependent variables. So first we should understand what is dependent variable and what is independent variable. For example, if I can explain with example, that will be easier for you. Now time cooking in minutes and defective pizza. So time cooking, defective pizza is a dependent on time cooking. So defective pizza is dependent and time cooking is independent. Now, so this kind of plots, they show relationship between one independent and other dependent. Now how it shows? So minutes cooking, 10 minutes. If the kitchen person takes 10 minutes for cooking a pizza, then there is a chance or probability of producing or making defective pies or pizzas is 1. And if the person is taking 45 minutes, then the probability of producing defective pizzas is 8. And if he's taking 30 minutes to cook the pizza, then probable chances of producing defective pizza is 5. So likewise 75, 60. So it is given here. Now this plot or this diagram, this graph will explain it in a very easy way. So on the y-axis they have taken defective pizzas and x-axis time cooking. So you can see here, if the time required for cooking pizza is more, then the chances of getting a defective pizza is also more. So if the person cooks pizza in 10 minutes, the probability of producing defective pizza is only 1. Whereas if it extends to 20 minutes or 40 minutes or 60 minutes, likewise the defective pizzas produced will become more. So there is a direct relation between the dependent and independent. So this is how we will come to know about the relationship between these two, and then if we make a chart, that will be helpful for us to rectify or solve the problem of this. Suppose a person who is cooking, he is very lazy and he is doing time pass and not stick to his duties, then there may be a chance that he may produce more defective pizza. So we'll come to know what exactly and where exactly something is going wrong, and then we can sort it or we can rectify it and we can solve the problem. So scatter diagram, it helps us to find out the problem and solving the problem. Okay, we'll stop here.